It's me, the Reading Peach, and on today's episode is I'm going to be reading the book called Corduroy by Don Freeman. Ooh, I really like the art of this book, and it was gifted to me by a lovely social worker. Her name is Carol. And she's a great individual. I'm glad she comes over to my house a lot. And this is the book she presented my son and my daughter. So let's go!
Corduroy by Don Freeman. Corduroy is a bear who once lived at the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along to take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button of one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the elevator as he reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." He crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. He yanked and pulled both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang! Onto a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him up on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came onto the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Liza," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in the box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Liza answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up the 4 flights of stairs on to her family's apartments and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Liza sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Liza, and gave him a big hug. And that's the end of the book called Corduroy by Don Freeman.
And that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed listening to me read to you the book called Corduroy. I enjoyed reading it. Until then, you'll probably see a new series that I've been making, which I'm going to make another series. Uh, my uh, my series that I'm making as of right now is me reading to you whatever book my son Solace picks. And you'll find it underneath Solace's picks on my channel. You can look it up. It's in there. But I'm going to have another episode called The Peach Talks. And it's just going to be about me talking about topics that I believe should be talked about. And one topic that I would like to talk about is something that I think would help everybody who's struggling to find a sense of self-worth. And I found this lovely workbook that people who feel a little lesser than what they are could fill out. And I thought I could read it and go through the whole entire handbook with you guys in a series. Don't have to do the whole entire book or workbook, but I wouldn't mind talking about it. Also, it'll be about random things that I feel like the whole world needs to hear. Like, for example, I was thinking of a store that could be manifested through Walmart or something. And I was thinking it could be over box tops. Have a little section in Walmart stores called box tops, and it just sells all the Club Scouts and all of the clubs in the town in which, the Walmart resides. And it could be like partially a donation place. You can just go donate all of these like school supplies for kids that are like in foster care, and all the supplies will just be provided and sent to all the foster homes. And maybe like have like all the Girl Scout cookies being sold there with all the like team sports, all the clubs that are there that are really custom to each Walmart in each area. I think that would be really cool. This is just a little topic I wanted to put out there, but that is something I want to add and talk about on the Peach Talks. And I'm the Peach, so until then, I also wanted to go through this lovely handbook. It's called Find Your Strength on this on the Peach Talks. And it's a workbook for the highly sensitive individuals. I think I'm kind of sensitive a little bit, but like I don't you'll understand what I mean. Like I think it's more or less embrace your inner feminine side of yourself without being a feminist, if you know what I'm saying. And this was made by April Snow, and I just want to read it to you and fill it out maybe together with you at home. So if you want to go ahead and buy this, I bought this specific book at Five Below. So if you live near a Five Below, or if you don't, there's Amazon. Maybe on the first episode of the Peach Talks, we can talk about our inner strengths together, and I think it would be fun. So until then, I hope you liked Corduroy and liked what I thought of for, like, Walmarts in the area, stuff like that. I certainly can't wait to get this YouTube channel more put together. But for now, I just started YouTubing and I'm just taking my time getting to everything together, keeping my head in the game for like my kids and making sure to care for them while also talking about what I like to do, which is to do some reading with my kids and like to give ideas. I am known for having really good ideas and I want to share them to you. Until next time, I'm out. Bye.